Phil, Manifester is here. And Buddha's here. Well, Buddha was hard at work. Buddha works for her friends, guys. She does not let up. All heart. That's Buddha. Buddha is all heart. Alright guys, I gotta chalk up my kettlebells. We got 2 3-minute sets. 3 minutes in between. We make sure that we're good. I guess we're good, right? You guys can see. So I got a 3-minute set, 3-minute break, 3-minute set, and then I got jerk or snatches, 1-arm snatches. Probably just do a 5-minute set, 2.5 minutes per side. My man, I'm sore. I don't really know from what, but I'm sore. I got a new block of chalk coming, thanks to Ellie, because she keeps reminding me. Not pushing reps today. I'm going to slow my 3-minute set down, probably 5-ish reps a minute. On my last 3 minutes, I will, on my last 5 minutes, I'll push the last minute. Or I'm sorry, on my last 3 minutes. Let's see. Hey, Jack. Good morning, brother. Good morning to you, my friend. Phil says, hi, Yogi. On a course in class, just saying hi and showing the love. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. All right, let's get started, guys. Three minutes and about 5 reps a minute, I think. I'm going to work in that rack position. The rack is this position. This is your rest position. You're either resting here or you're resting overhead. Overhead is not an optimal place to rest. It will drain strength pretty quick. To be honest, there's no optional. There is no optimal, place to rest in kettlebell sport. All of it sucks. Every aspect of kettlebell sport sucks. I'll be checking back in with you guys right after this 3 minutes. I get a 3-minute break before I do another one. I've reduced my volume because I'm training every day. I'm not doing kettlebells every day. I used to. If I was going lighter, maybe I could. I don't quite recover as quick as I used to. That's the concession. With aging, I still recover really well, but I don't bounce back as quick. Let's get it, guys. Kettlebell jerks. 5, 6. Can you say test? Catch up with you. One more set. 3-minute break. That felt pretty good. All right. Hey, Mark. Mr. Something Else is here. The Warrior and the Wild Man. Yogi, be Gilgamesh. I like that. Hey, Stinkbug, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Hey, Jamie. Mark says, can I dislike? Can do they again? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Hey, Chef Mary. Hey, Dolly. 19th like. Well, that was pretty quick. If you're enjoying the channel content, hit the like, show support, share this out, and subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you, Chef Mary. Hey, if you guys have links you want to drop, sharing your own stuff, feel free. Mr. Sokal says, Yogi Eric, you are not as good shape as I was at 25. You are in as good a shape. Running marathons, I applaud you, inspired. It's been a bit since I've run a marathon. My last race, my last 50K. Thanks, Jack. My last 50K was in 2019. I'd like to think I got another 100-mile race left in me. I'd like to get one in my 60s. I'd like to get one in my 70s, but I don't feel drawn to train for it right now. Hey, thank you for the floating hearts. Much appreciated. Hard drugs and moonshine and breathing. We got you for the breathing. I got you back for that. Thanks, guys. Much, much appreciated. Oh, thank you, Mark. You got a gift membership. And our friend Laura got the membership. Stinkbook says, I'm only good at in short bursts. Yeah, we all have our strong points. Now that's what these kettlebells are, except you repeat it. Kettlebell sport is all about a short burst. Hey, Toy Pups. It's all about a short burst, and then rest, and then a short burst, and then rest. Of all the things I've ever trained for, the hardest to train, from ultra running, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, martial arts, hardest thing I've ever trained for is kettlebell sport. And the hardest sport that I performed in is kettlebell sport. I'd rather run 100 miles than do a 10-minute set of kettlebell stuff in competition. Sinkbook says, you should have seen me trying to fit in the church clothes yesterday. How'd that go? You're a big guy, Stinkbug. You say 6'2" and 190. That's a good size. Thank you, Toy Pups. All right, let's get set up. Set number 2. I was doing 3 sets of 3 minutes, but I backed it down to 2 sets. got a bit of a bicep forearm insertion strain that hasn't gone away, and it's been about a month. That's why I'm not doing pull-ups right now, and I miss doing pull-ups. Alright guys, this set, I'm sticking with the 5 reps per minute. On my last minute though, I'd like to get 7 reps if at all possible. I got 6 reps last time. What I'm working on is pace and technique. In kettlebell sport, there's a thing called linkage. I want my elbows down towards my iliac crest, because this is my launch position. Push my legs forward, and I launch behind. If I lose that linkage, I've lost my power source, which means I end up using more of my shoulders than I want. If you're doing your jerks correctly, it's 80% leg exercise, 20% shoulders. Last set of these guys. I think I got 8 on that last one. 5-minute break now. 5-ish. So I'm going to catch up with you guys in just a minute. That was a good set. I believe it was 558. We got one arm snatches. Chalk up the bell, put my timer on. Alright guys, half naked yogi warning coming up. Turn your heads. No one needs to see a shirtless 6-year-old yogi. So turn your head while I change my shirt. Sorry guys. The strategy to the changing of the shirt. I want to be as well ventilated and as cool as possible when I do these. And I want freedom as the snatch goes from here overhead. So I don't want anything binding the shoulders. Alright guys, we got a 5-minute break. We got one arm snatches, it's 2.5 minutes per side. Hey Heavenly, how are you my friend? It's nice to see you. It's always nice to see Heavenly. Heavenly has been someone who's been with me forever. Mark says, oh Yogi, Eric, I'd love to do a video with you and my Swami. That would be pretty awesome. Hey Explore Kenya, my friend. Hey Anna. I didn't see you sneak in, Anna. Thank you, Heavenly. Let's see. Richard something else says, hi to Anna. James was telling us how tough he is, but we kind of just loved him. Sinkbug says, appreciated. I never asked properly to subscribe, but I grow organically. Hey, ask away here. Guys, help each other out. Sinkbug, drop your links. Drop anything you want to share, including friends. If there's anyone that you want to help out, give a shout out to our friend Joshua. I know you're a huge supporter to Joshua, and for good reason. Joshua's just a really good guy, and he's got he really is the amazing and energetic Joshua. That's not hype, guys. He really is energetic. What did I miss? What did I miss? Someone trolling? That's okay. Man, you don't get to be 60 without being trolled. Probably closer to 180 now. But did I practice? Man, when I was a kid, I started off in Taekwondo. This was in the 1970s, and Taekwondo was pretty big. Then I did a little bit of, here's the thing with me in martial arts. I never stuck with one enough to get really, really, really good. But I stuck with them long enough to enjoy it and then be curious about trying something else. Like I was doing Kempo karate in the early 90s, and I got orange belt in Kempo karate, and I watched the very first UFC. Sorry if I missed some comments, guys. I watched the very first UFC. I got 2.5 minutes, guys, before I start my set. And I realized what was lacking was some ground game. So I signed up for judo. And I absolutely loved judo. I stuck with that for a number of years, probably 6 years. My dad started with TKD too. He would have been 55 now. Very first UFC happened the year I was born. It was big, it was huge. Watching Hoist Gracie take people to the mat and choke them out, usually in mere minutes, until he came up across some pretty big and tough people. Tank Abbott, he won, he beat Tank Abbott, but it wore him out. It shows that, you know what, see, then ground fighting became everything. Ground fighting is not the very best thing in self-defense, especially if you're on the street and there's people who, once you're down, you never know what you're going to hit. You're going to hit a bottle, you're going to hit a board, nails, needles. People might come rushing up after one person takes you down and you get the boot. So you need to combine. Even MMA isn't the best for street fighting. I am going to be at your party. Heavenly, I would not miss you and your birthday party. This is a big birthday for you too, right? Kimbo Slice. Yeah, he's a big guy. You guys remember Butterbean? He wasn't in UFC, but he was a good fighter. It's just one-on-one helps a lot, but you can only fight so many people. Yep. Friday is Heavenly's birthday, guys. It's going to be a party. All right, we're gonna get ready. I have a love-hate relationships with kettlebell snatches. It's a very strategic event. If I go out too fast, I burn out my grip, I burn out cardio-wise, and I gotta switch early, and I get less reps because I'm forced to do more with this arm. I run the risk of tearing a callus or getting a blister, which not only ends the set or makes you switch before, but it hinders your training for the next week or so. Let's see, something else says I started using banzos at 7, guitar at 11, well, and bands at 14, never looked back. UFC, sorry, I have a hard time reading, guys, I'm squinting. UFC, no match for a dirty fighter like me. My girls all have multiple black belts in TKY. Made sure that, you know what, dirty boxing. Dirty boxing can take you a long ways. Taekwondo's got a lot of grabs. You know, you're in that plum position where you got control of the neck. Control the neck and you control the body. You also, you know, you're in that plum position. You got the elbows, you got the knees. But dirty boxing with the elbows, thumb in the eye, that kind of stuff. But a little bit of ground fighting. You know what the best thing for me about judo? Learning how to fall. It still comes in handy. Because I fall maybe once, twice a year on the ice, or in the rain, or because I'm this clumsy. Knowing how to fall is a big thing. So guys, I got 5 minutes on the clock. 2.5 minutes per side. I'm going to slow things down. Maybe 13 reps a minute. even though, you know, I did double kettlebell jerks, single kettlebell snatches, in my opinion, might be slightly harder. Really gets your heart rate up. You're breathing pretty heavy. I guess. I got? I think 33, 33, 34 maybe. Catch my breath. 1, maybe 2 sets of presses. I'm done for the day. Mark says, did you know there were way more than 33 degrees of Freemasonry? I did not know that. 33 and 33. Thank you so much, Heavenly. Appreciate that. Thank you, Anna. Hey, I'll take the compliment, Pamela. I'll take the compliment. So it's going to be hard for me to read the comments until I get to bring the camera back over, but I appreciate it. I'm glad they bailed when it got scary, and it did get pretty scary. I was talking about Zen this afternoon, or this morning, sorry. Alright guys, let's get a couple presses. Yogi Bear is not a girl. A bald bearded kettlebell girl, kettlebell lifting girl. Alright guys, kettlebell presses. Here's the key. To press a heavier kettlebell, you gotta engage the lats. So you go out to the side and then up, pressing from the lats. The lats are considered a pulling muscle, right? As they should be. But you can use them to press as well. That's the key to lifting a heavier kettlebell. Kettlebell sport, you don't want to go out because that takes you out of the plane of motion for efficiently getting the bells overhead. So I want to lift from this position as straight up as possible. You also don't accentuate the eccentric, meaning I don't want to lower it down slow. I want to drop it in position just like in kettlebell sport. With kettlebells, everything, all your outside training should focus on making the lifts more efficient and being stronger in the main lifts. As some of you might know, I re-injured my back 2 years ago, doing something completely foolish, ridiculous even. I actually first hurt my back in 1990, deadlifting, training for a competition. gonna do one more set, guys, and we're done. Just a short break. Last set, guys. Last set. Done for the day, guys. I'm gonna bring this closer. Appreciate you all being here, guys. Mark says, put in work. I'm putting in the first vocal on a track. Feel free to share it. We'll be back this afternoon if you want to share the track when it's ready. Just waiting for the moment. My workout. Gotcha. Thank you, Anna. Oh, I got 12. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get outside. Probably might do my yoga outside. Get in some fresh air. Then some breath work. Make something to eat. I'll be back. 1 o'clock. We'll be live. I think Miss Flipper's coming up. We're going to be talking about all things Course in Miracles. Guys, tomorrow, New York Times bestselling author James Twyman is coming up. And we're talking about cultivating peace and depolarizing. That's a big thing. Don't forget the water. Got you covered, my friend. Thank you, Heavenly. Thank you for always making sure I'm doing okay. Heavenly, you're a good friend, and you've been a good friend for a long time. I hope I can repay the favor. Abigail says, that's double tapping. Turn on your notifications and go subscribe. Everyone, ring the button. Much appreciated. Heavenly says you're welcome. Thank you, Stink Bug, my friend. Alright. Guys, love you all. I will see you later today.